This woman stormed into the church and yelled at the old priest. "Your God doesn't care about anyone. My daughter is dying and you keep saying pray." The priest stayed calm. "Have faith. God has a plan." She laughed bitterly. "Faith? I prayed for months. Nothing changed." She grabbed her bag to leave. "But wait," the priest said. "Take this." He handed her an envelope. She ripped it open. "Just a blank piece of paper? This is your help?" Furious, she threw it on the ground and left. That night at the hospital, doctors told her the surgery costs $50,000. "We need payment now, or we can't operate." She broke down, crying. Suddenly, she remembered the envelope. She picked it up from her purse. Under the light, she noticed faint writing. She held it up. It was a check for $50,000 made out in her name. She ran back to the church. "Father, the money. How did you—" The priest smiled gently. "God always provides, my child. But I'm nobody. Why would you give this to a stranger?" He replied. 20 years ago, a young nurse stayed late to save my mother's life. She refused payment. That nurse was you." The woman fell to her knees, sobbing. "God never forgot your kindness. He was just waiting for the right time. Drop a heart if you believe God sees everything." A young woman stands in line at a grocery store. She holds a small basket with only bread and milk. She has just enough money for her item. An elderly man stands in front of her. His hands shake as he counts his coin. "I'm short $5 for my groceries," he whispers. The cashier crosses her arms. "Then put something back, sir. I don't make the rules." Other customers groan and complain. "Hurry up, old man. We don't have all day." The young woman closes her eyes and prays silently. She feels God telling her to help. She steps forward and hands the cashier a $20 bill. "I'll pay for his groceries and mine." The elderly man's eyes fill with tears. "God bless you, young lady. I need medicine for my sick wife." The young woman smiles. "It's okay. God will provide for me." She only has $5 left now for the entire week. An angry woman in line mocks her. "You're an idiot. Now you can't even feed yourself. Some faith you have." The young woman walks the elderly man to his car. She helps him load his groceries. A homeless man sits nearby and looks hungry. The young woman gives him her bread and milk. "Here, you need this more than I do." The angry woman from the line drives by and laughs. "You're so stupid. You gave away everything." The young woman goes back inside the store. She applies for a job at the customer service desk. The manager reviews her application and frowns. "Sorry, we hired someone yesterday. We don't have any positions." The young woman nods and turns to leave. A security guard stops her at the door. "Ma'am, the cashier says you caused a scene earlier." "I just helped someone pay for groceries," she explains. "Company policy says customers can't do that. I need you to leave and don't come back." The young woman walks outside, feeling defeated. She sits on a bench and prays. "God, I trusted you. I did what felt right." Suddenly, the elderly man returns with a younger man. "That's her. She saved my life today," the elderly man says. The younger man approaches. "Miss, I'm the owner of this store. This is my father you helped." The elderly man continues. "I forgot my wallet at home. My wife needs her medicine urgently. You sacrificed your last money to help a stranger." The store owner holds out his hand. "My father told me everything. You gave your groceries to a homeless man too." The security guard stands nearby looking embarrassed. The store owner turns to him. "You kicked out the kindest person I've ever met. You're fired." He turns back to the young woman. "I'm offering you the manager position. It pays triple what you expected." The young woman's eyes widen. "But sir, I only applied for customer service. Anyone who puts faith and kindness first deserves to lead my team. When you trust God and help others, blessings follow." The store owner hands her a check. "This is your signing bonus. Go buy yourself groceries and anything else you need." The angry woman from earlier walks by and sees everything. Her face turns red with shame. "Drop a heart if you believe that when we trust God and help others." The security guard grabbed the homeless woman's arm and dragged her toward the exit. "Get out! You're scaring our customers!" he shouted. "Please, sir," she whispered, clutching her Bible. "I'm just praying in the corner. I won't disturb anyone." A wealthy man in a suit stood up. "Disgusting! This is a 5-star hotel lobby, not a shelter." Other guests nodded. "She smells terrible. Call the police!" someone yelled. The woman's eyes filled with tears. "God will provide. I have faith." Faith. The wealthy man laughed. "Faith doesn't pay bills, lady." The security guard pushed her harder. She dropped her Bible. Pages scattered everywhere. A hotel cleaner rushed over. "Stop! Leave her alone!" "Mind your business," the guard snapped. "No." The cleaner picked up the Bible pages. "She's done nothing wrong." The wealthy man stepped closer. "You want to lose your job too? Is that it?" Just then, the hotel owner walked through the doors. "What's happening here?" "Sir, this homeless woman—" the guard started. The owner froze. He stared at the woman. "Sarah!" Everyone went silent. "Sarah, is that really you?" He rushed forward. The woman looked up. confused. Yes? 20 years ago, you found me bleeding in an alley. You gave me your last dollar for the hospital. You prayed over me. Tears filled his eyes. I've been looking for you everywhere. The wealthy man's face went pale. The owner turned to the guard. You're fired. Pack your things. He held the woman's hands. Sarah, this hotel is half yours now. Without you, I'd be dead. The cleaner smiled wide. The wealthy man quietly slipped away. The owner looked at everyone. Faith isn't about money. It's about trusting God even when everything seems lost. She never stopped believing. God's timing is perfect. He never forgets the faithful. Drop a heart if you agree. Sarah walked into the break room. Dr. Mitchell laughed. Still praying for that hopeless case in room 12? She nodded quietly. God hears everything, he smirked. I'm the chief surgeon here. I save lives, not fairy tales. The other doctors chuckled. Sarah looked small in her scrubs. He looked powerful in his white coat. The family begged Dr. Mitchell, please try the experimental treatment. He shook his head. Waste of time. I won't risk my reputation. But Sarah stepped forward. Doctor, what if we... He cut her off. You're just a nurse. Stay in your lane. That night, Sarah stayed late. She researched everything. She called specialists. She even fasted and prayed. The next morning, Sarah approached the family. There's a doctor in another city. He'll try the new treatment. Dr. Mitchell overheard. Don't give them false hope. But the family left immediately. 3 days later, the hospital board called Dr. Mitchell. The patient you refused to treat, he's recovering. The media wants to interview you. His face went pale. Sarah's phone rang. You saved my dad's life. How can we thank you? She smiled. Thank God, not me. Later, the board promoted Sarah to head of patient care. Dr. Mitchell watched from his office. When we have faith and serve others, God opens doors no human can close. Drop a heart if you believe. I just wanted both my kids to be happy, but I ended up hurting everyone instead. Grandma loved her family very much. Her son Tyler just became a dad, and everyone was excited about the new baby. But her daughter Ashley wasn't happy. Ashley had been trying to have a baby for years, but it didn't work. One day, Grandma asked Tyler and his wife if they could leave the baby at home during Thanksgiving, but Tyler got very angry. If my baby isn't welcome, then none of us will come. Tyler's wife started crying. Do you think we're not part of the family? Grandma felt terrible. She didn't want to hurt anyone, therefore she decided to talk to Ashley. But when she called Ashley, her son-in-law answered instead. Ashley is very upset. She went for a drive and hasn't come back yet. Grandma felt scared. She drove around and found Ashley sitting in her car, crying. I'm sorry. I was trying to help, but I made things worse. You don't have to go through this alone. We're all here for you. Therefore, Grandma brought everyone together. They promised to talk more and find ways to help each other. Family means sticking together, even when things are hard. A man hadn't spoken to his brother in years. His brother always caused trouble, skipping school, stealing, and even going to jail. Their parents spent all their time and money helping the brother. One day, their parents used his college savings to pay for brother's lawyer. The man was furious. You're ruining my future for him, he shouted. Therefore, he left for college and didn't come back. Years later, the man became a successful man in the city, but he rarely called home. One winter night, his mom called. Your dad is very sick. But when the man arrived at the hospital, his brother was already there. The brother had been sitting by their dad's bed all night. Their dad passed away. At the funeral, the man saw his brother working hard to help their mom, but he still felt angry. Why should I forgive him, he thought. One snowy evening, the man drove his mom home with brother in the back seat. Suddenly, another car slid on the ice and crashed into them. The car spun and stopped. The man turned to see the brother climbing out. The brother opened the man's door. Are you hurt? Mom's okay. She's just scared. The man felt a rush of emotions. He realized his brother wasn't the same person he used to be. Therefore, he hugged his brother and said, I've missed you, brother. Nobody expected the old billionaire, Mr. Winston, to leave everything to a nurse named Emily. His 3 children, Jack, Susan, and Kevin, were shocked when they heard the news. What does she have that we don't? Jack said angrily. We've been his family for years. The children couldn't believe it. She must have tricked him, Susan whispered to Kevin. We need to find proof that she's lying. Kevin agreed. They hired a private investigator to look into Emily's past, but there was nothing suspicious. I still don't trust her, Kevin said. She must have done something. Days later, a lawyer showed them the new will. It's real. Your father wanted to leave everything to Emily because she cared for him when none of you did. That's not true. We visited him every week. But the lawyer only shook his head. Your father was lonely. He felt betrayed by you. Then Emily walked in. I have something to show you, she said quietly. She handed them a letter from Mr. Winston. I know you don't trust me, she read aloud, but I trust you will do good with my fortune. The children went silent. They realized Mr. Winston had left everything to Emily because she was the only one who truly cared for him. While Emily was calm, the children were bitter and angry. You'll never get away with this. But Emily just smiled softly, knowing she had already won. Everything is decided, a woman's parents often said. You can't change what will happen. The woman thought this was true, so she never tried to change anything. One morning, the woman waited at a crosswalk. Suddenly, a boy ran into the street. A car came speeding toward him. The boy jumped back just in time. The woman's heart raced. If fate controls everything, why did the boy need to look out for himself? That question stayed in her mind. After work, she saw her neighbor crying, who had lost her job. If I had tried harder, maybe this wouldn't have happened. The woman started to wonder, does fate decide everything, or do choices matter too? One rainy night, the woman saw someone step into the road. A car was coming fast. She could stay still and trust fate, or she could act. When the car almost almost hit the man, she ran and pulled the person to safety. Lena still believed in fate, but now she saw it differently. Fate sets the stage, but we write our lines. Every time she crossed the street, she looked both ways. Fate might guide her, but she knew her choices mattered too. A father drove his car straight at a police officer. After watching footage of his son being killed, the father was broken. His boy had been shot by police just one day before. The officers said the teen had a gun, but the video was blurry and unclear. That morning, the father sat with lawyers watching the body camera footage. He became so upset he couldn't finish watching. His heart was shattered seeing his only son die. He left the meeting alone in his car. Hours later, a deputy was directing traffic at a university graduation. Without warning, a car lined up, accelerated, and hit him hard. The deputy died instantly. It was the father behind the wheel. Police arrested him immediately. In court, the room filled with dozens of officers as he faced charges of aggravated murder. The judge ordered him held without bail. Two families now suffer unimaginable pain. One lost a son, the other lost a father in uniform. If you believe violence is never the answer, drop a heart and subscribe.